slight dip in property prices there in Wellington of late, but man, have they made some huge gains over the last few years. Here to talk property is Debbie Roberts, Property Apprentice, and on the menu today is, in light of the decline in property prices, should you get rid of your investment property? Good morning.
Good morning.
Great to have you here.
Thank you.
Should we sell up? If we've got investment properties, if we're lucky enough to have investment properties, or if we've worked hard enough to have investment properties, when you see the market start to move like that, is it time to sell?
We often get people that ask us that question, you know, with house prices dropping, should we look at selling? And I think it depends on your situation, but it's also important to remember this is normal. This is a normal stage of the property cycle. Property investing is a long-term strategy. It's not like we're on a downward trajectory with house prices that is going to last for the rest of forever. So if you're thinking about selling, ask yourself, in 3 years, if house prices start increasing again, would you regret selling today?
Probably yes.
Yeah, I'd say so. You know, rents are on the increase as well. So if it's an affordability issue, have a look and see whether or not you are in a position that you could increase rents a little bit. You know, if you're falling behind on market rent, for example. Also, you know, if it's an affordability issue, then talk to your mortgage advisor, because there could be some things that they could help. You know, like if you're on principal and interest mortgage, you might be able to switch over to an interest only. Because obviously with interest rates increasing, that is making mortgages a bit harder to pay.
And when we talk about a drop, and they are very small drops really in the grand scheme of things, it's taking you back to like November last year, September last year in terms of where values are at.
Yeah, the difficulty that we're seeing in the market at the moment is that it is a buyer's market. So if you're looking at selling, it's not a great time to be selling. You might not get the offer that you are hoping for. You might not even get market value at the moment. So, you know, don't sell unless you have to. Look at other options and see if you can ride it out. What we've seen over the last few property cycles is that the downturns tend to last 2 to 3 years. So, you know, house prices, well, certainly the interest rates, you know, we're expecting interest rates could potentially be on the way back down again in 2024. Right. So, you know, if interest rates start dropping again and house prices start picking up again further down the track, you know, just see if you can hang in there.
Yeah, it's not too long to hang on in there. So if you're struggling to afford the bills, I look around at any other ways you can change that so that you can hold on to your property in the meantime.
Yes, and don't wait until you're in trouble financially. You know, talk to your mortgage advisor as soon as possible in the process. Mortgage holidays, things like that, that should be an absolute last resort, but there are lots of options available. You might even be better off to refinance to a different lender, maybe get a cash contribution, but double check to see whether or not you'd have any break fees or any commission clawbacks or tax to pay if you were going to sell.
And then think long term.
Absolutely.
Think about it long term. Debbie, thanks for coming in.
You're welcome.
Good to see you as always. That is Property Apprentice founder and CFO Debbie Roberts this morning.